Hi guys. So today we decided to do a video on why we fight. What we fight about and why. Okay, what we fight about and how we compromise.
No.
Okay.
When we fight, how we compromise.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just inevitable that couples do fight, and so but how you handle it is like a different story. So
only because we've asked this question multiple times. So people even ask, do we fight? And of course we fight. I guess some people don't think we fight at all.
But if we do fight, we try to kind of just get it squared away right away. Squared away right away. Well, let's talk about like how we got to where we are now has been a growing process. How we were before isn't how we are now. So basically it was just a learning process where we grew and we learned to kind of understand each other and kind of compromise and learn to kind of deal with how each other's personalities are, because I'm very stubborn, very sensitive, but Casey is not, so she's just such a great person. So, but I mean, if she does get mad, I mean,
it's because I'm right. No, I don't get mad.
It's because
no, that's basically it, I think.
So anyways, if I get mad, it's because Casey does something wrong, but she doesn't know. Alright, anyways, let's take it back to when we first started dating. Obviously, everything's
long time ago,
brand new, and so how when I first met you, I would get jealous easily. Well, not complete, like, so.
Okay, let's just give an example.
Okay, so an example would be when we had a mutual friend that she was sort of interested in before meeting me.
I wasn't interested.
That she hung out with before me, and so he was having.
Oh yes, I was trying to be.
Like, so he was having like a get together, and then so we found out, and then so yeah, we decided to go, and then all of a sudden I saw her getting ready, and by getting ready I meant like she started doing mascara, she started putting on blush, and so in my head I was thinking, oh, she's trying to get ready for him. So of course I got jealous, and I didn't say anything. I
bet you did.
No, I didn't say anything at that moment, being passive aggressive, which is wrong. You should say it from that moment. I would kind of like be angry in other ways. So like I would just be kind of just like distant, short answered. And then anyways, come to find out, she was getting ready for herself.
I know, I think when she brought it to me I was kind of confused. Wasn't I?
I don't know, but anyways.
No, but I was confused because I honestly don't get ready for anyone else.
She gets ready for herself. And I believe that.
If I want to wear mascara, it's because I want to wear mascara, not because I'm trying to impress anyone.
And yeah.
But yeah, I think I do remember now. I think she brought it up later on. Mind you, this was 10
years ago.
No, 9 years ago. We've been together for 9 years. So yeah, in the beginning of our relationship.
But I just ended up finding out that she was getting ready for herself, and I believed her.
But I guess this is what happens if you just hide everything in and you don't bring it up to your partner.
Yeah, so
you can assume all these things in your head, but if you don't communicate about it, it might.
But it could be completely something totally different. And in this case, it was.
Yeah.
Another instance when, name one where you got jealous and there's just no reason to.
I never got jealous. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. I don't think I exactly. I don't think I exactly got jealous. I think it was more towards my insecurities and what society feels that how it should be. Okay, so Kim has this ex. Hi, Camille. Look at her right at that. So yeah, she has this ex that is still around because they all have mutual friends, which you know, they all went to high school together. Well, she didn't go to high school, but they all knew each other since high school. And I think people tell you that you should care when your significant other is associated with your ex, no matter what form, even though, you know, they have the same group of friends or whatever. She doesn't, it's not like she talks to her on a daily basis. It's because they had the same group of friends. And I honestly don't think I was exactly jealous. I just thought that's how I was supposed to be. So we went to her house for something. I forgot, but it was like her friends were over, and then I think I brought it up to her when I was drunk. I honestly don't remember exact, but I guess it was at her house. I think I've been feeling like this for a while, but I didn't bring it up until I was like drunk or something. But anyways, I brought it up to her, and I think I remember her saying, I think nothing even happened. I think I was just drunk and I brought it up to you. But I think I was like, oh, okay, so that's your ex. Like, I honestly don't remember why I brought this up. I probably was drunk and I just feeling some type of way. And I think I told her, I was like, oh, that's your ex. Like, why are, you know, like why? I think I was like, why, like, isn't it wrong that, you know, we're all hanging out together? Or something like that. And then basically she was telling me like why, like, you know, these are my friends before you and they're still gonna be my friends. Like, I never gave you a reason to be jealous, which she didn't. I think right when she said that, it kind of, even though I didn't, I'd probably admit it at that moment, I realized like, okay, she is right. Like, I think it was just,
I think society tells you that you can't be friends with your ex, or if, I don't know how the person is.
I mean, I think there's a certain extent to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but
I mean,
this one, it was like,
I didn't give her any reason to like make her feel that way. I think, yeah, like society makes you feel as if you should be jealous, or it's the ex, so you should,
or like you should be threatened, or
but then like,
this is okay, like, by the way, this is like, I don't know if anyone has seen our previous videos. This has been, I could consider it my first, I'm just kidding, but this is like, I haven't had dated anyone prior to her in like so many years.
But then, yeah. So it's normal to feel that way. But then, like, you think like, it's like, well, if I wanted to be with that person, then I would have. You know, like, so. I mean, it all came down to society and me being insecure, and not because she was making me feel insecure. It was because of my own insecurities. And when I say that, I think it's just, I thought that's how I was supposed to be, because right when she said that, I think I changed within 1 second. Yeah. So I knew that it wasn't like, this is, yeah,
it wasn't me. It was just me, but it wasn't, I don't know, really me, if that makes sense.
So this is how we were in the beginning, and then as we grew and we learned each other, had like a solid foundation on how we thought and how we felt. So after that, we never fight about people.
I think like, after we talked about that, it's honestly, and that was like years ago.
There was just never,
it was
like,
never,
a
it was
person
like, okay,
that we fought about, and like,
and honestly, we're all cool. Like, it's,
yeah. So I mean, aside from that, like insecurities and then like fighting about a person. I mean, there's always gonna be someone that looks better than someone. Like, that's, let's just say that. But I mean, it takes two to tango, and so it takes two parties to kind of like address insecurity. So if you feel insecure, it's either because one, you don't feel confident in yourself, or two,
it's not always within yourself. Your partner could actually make you feel
Yeah,
or
so,
insecure
I
yourself,
mean-
because it doesn't, you know, there's some situations where you're, you know, for the most part, people always think like, for the most part, people always think like, I think this happens a lot, like, you
Like-
look crazy, you're the crazy
Yeah,
one.
so your
But-
partner would be
honestly,
like,
a
"Oh,
lot
you're-"
of the times I feel like your partner has a big part in it.
Yeah,
and-
so they'll just be like, "Oh, you're insecure," but then
But
they
are
know what
you-
they're doing. Like,
yeah.
no, so your partner needs to reassure you to some extent,
yeah.
and the other part is you should feel confident in yourself that you know what you have to offer. So if you don't feel like you're the best version of yourself, then you need to change that so that you can feel confident in yourself.
Yeah.
So whether that means working out, studying, going to
I don't
school,
being just better
a better,
overall.
yeah. So don't be stagnant. Don't be like just this person.
Because that
like,
can-
what
that
do you
can-
have to offer?
I mean, I feel like that can hinder your relationship
yeah.
from getting better. If you, I don't know, if you have your own insecurities.
But then again, like I said, your partner should reassure you to in a certain extent.
And we're all human, like she said. Like, I think girls,
Like, we all get
especially-
jealous. We have emotions.
Yeah, I think
But
you
I
need
mean-
reassurance all
But
the
I mean,
time.
if your partner says "I love you" or they're just like "I miss you," then you know you feel that and you believe it because
regardless
you get
if
that
you're
feedback.
together for, I don't know, 6 months to 20 years, I
Yeah,
don't know.
we
I feel
still-
like we're all human and you still need reassurance
Yeah.
all the time.
And it's not because, and it could be not because you're insecure, but just because we're human and we need that reassurance.
Yeah, nothing's perfect.
That
so
nothing's wrong with saying "I love you" to your partner every now and then, surprise, like, or just
we say it every day.
yeah, we say it every day. Anyways, one thing we used to fight about is that Casey would laundry my clothes and then she would dry some of my shirts that I liked, and
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anyone knows, but I never did laundry until I met Kim, so I have an excuse. But anyway, okay, so she would get upset.
she would put my clothes in the dryer, and I'm just like,
She's so anal about her clothes. I guess we're different in that sense. To me, I think clothes are just clothes, but I guess I understand her point.
they're expensive.
So, yeah, I guess I would dry clothes that should be hung, but
Yeah, so I would get mad, and then I would just get so mad because they're my favorite shirts, and then that's just how I always was, like even from before. And then, you know, Casey taught me that, she told me, like, basically she just told me that she didn't mean to do it. And so in the long run, it just hit me that, you know, it's not her intention, and so like you can't be mad at that. Like, even if you want to be mad, like, yeah, it was something that you valued and that you really like you're just gonna be mad over nothing. Like, she didn't mean to. Did that person mean to hurt you, or like it was an accident?
yeah.
Like, and so that was something I had learned over time. Definitely not overnight. I mean, there's a few shirts that I cried over, but I mean, I learned to understand that Casey didn't intend to do it. So why would I get mad at her? Like, it's just lost time when you can be happy. But yeah, that was just something I had to deal with myself. But then
so now I just hang everything.
she really does. Even my pants.
I'm like, she's like, you don't need to hang out. I'm like, well, I don't know.
I know. So now she hangs everything. So that's why we don't fight anymore.
This is like, it's dumb. I'm pretty sure a lot of couples relate. When you're drunk.
Oh yeah.
It's not the typical, like, it's because she's hungry. So this is before, honestly, this is not even a joke. It's because when she's hungry, she's like hangry, and it's a true thing. She wants to leave early. We're out.
Leave
and
early where?
like a club or a bar.
So we're out.
Because she's hungry, and I want to stay.
So what time's early?
I don't know, like 12, 11, 12. Okay, so, and you're drunk, like, I want to, you know, I still want to be with all our friends, and she's like, I'm hungry. And
I love pho, guys, and there's just pho spot that's just
And usually if I was sober, I'm like, okay, let's go. But you know, when I'm drunk, we're both drunk, I'm like, let's like, okay, later on or whatever.
It feels so good,
and then
though.
we end up arguing because honestly, all our friends know, you know, this happened a couple times and it's never me, ever. It's her, usually, because she wants to eat pho.
Well, anyways, guys.
Yeah,
let's talk about like when we actually fight. We just.
So that was years ago. You
so
know,
now how we are,
or like
we
you know,
learned, we're just
need
gonna
to learn how to. No, basically, like if she doesn't remember, you know, half the time I bring this up there, she never remembers. So I'm like, okay, so well then maybe that means, you know, we shouldn't drink that much. So that's how we kind of just settle it. If she doesn't remember, then you know, then we had so much to drink. So
now that we have twins, like how is our relationship any different?
I think people have asked us like, do we fight? Do we fight more or whatever?
Yeah, and so like
I feel like honestly,
now do we fight more now that we have twins? And so now that the kids are here?
No.
Granted, it's just your life's a little bit different, and that
it's harder.
It's
definitely
harder.
100%.
Yeah, it definitely tests you. It tests your patience. But like you have to think like you decided to have these kids.
I mean, it's not like we accidentally got pregnant.
Yeah, they didn't just pop up in thin air and there we are. So we decided to have these kids, so we have to deal with that. And so yeah, it's stressful, it's hard, and there's no point in getting mad at each other, like, because the kids are there already. They're not going to disappear. And
if someone has asked me if we ever fight over the kids, which we never do. I think we kind of we know our role.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both parents, so it's not like any of us are lazy or, you know.
Yeah.
The only time it gets frustrating is when the kids are like giving us a hard time, which, you know, that happens when they're little, if they're crying and you don't know what they want. But there's never a time where like you do this or
we're never like, oh, you never do this. But like changing their diaper, like she doesn't have to tell me to do it. Like
I'm not like, can you like do it?
Like, she never has to ask me. Like I know, okay, well she's been doing it for this much, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like
so no, we don't fight more, and yes, it's 100%, 100%, a million % harder, because not only do we have to think about ourselves in a relationship, we have to think about you know, having a baby, and let alone twins. It's 10 times harder having twins, I feel like.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know any. I mean, all I know are twins, so I can't compare it to anything else.
I think we just understand that it's hard having kids, but us getting mad at each other won't make it any easier.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Like if you just get mad at each other, it's what gonna solve nothing. Like, or you could just be jolly about it and happy that you have kids and just get through the day. There are gonna be harder days than most, and you understand that, and you just kind of.
Honestly, I think you pick and choose your battles, and I talk to myself a lot. I feel like, I don't know about Kim, but
yeah, I talk to myself all the time.
I'm always like, is it worth it to argue? Should I get mad? I always think like, you know, people always have it worse, and like, what am I really complaining about? I don't know. These are crying. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess there's always a positive to something.
Yeah.
Even if it seems so bad, you can always find a positive to something.
But they're fun. So.
Yeah, no, honestly.
But it is hard. Not even kidding.
It's so hard.
It's funny because people think it looks easy. Some people have said it. You know, we make it look easy, but really, it's not easy.
Going to how we are now, just some of the things, like insight to how we are now and what we've like kind of learned throughout all these years as far as fighting. Like we mentioned in our other video, like sometimes we both fight and no one wants to give in, but then there's that one person who just might love each other more than another, and they'll just give in, not because they're wrong, but just because they just see there's just no point in fighting. And so there's days when that happens, and we're just we'll just make a joke and we'll just laugh and we forget about it.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, to be honest, like, if I, like, arguing with your significant other usually isn't worth it. I mean, as far as I know.
I mean, and usually if you're mad, it's because you care and it's because you love that person.
And maybe
like, if you're putting that effort into, like, getting mad at them, it's because you care. But I mean, like, if you guys are spending that time fighting, then you're just losing more time.
I feel like if you do, then I mean, there's something missing. I think with communication is probably, or not understanding each other is probably a big thing if you're fighting over the same thing all the time.
Oh, okay.
I feel like,
okay, so there's one thing that we didn't mention. If there's one thing that we argue about, we talk about it.
So we set this set in stone in the beginning of our relationship.
Address it, and then we talk about it then, and we, like, if she doesn't want to she didn't want to talk about stuff before, but I would force her to talk.
So I was prior to Kim, I was very bad at, like, expressing how I felt, because that's just how I was brought up. I didn't know how to express how I feel.
So I would be like, no, we're gonna talk about this right here and now, and we're going to settle it, okay? And then the one thing that we agreed was that once we talk about it and once we settle it, because we expressed how we felt, that we will never bring it up again in the future. If we settle it then and we've said everything that we wanted to say, there's no point in bringing it then, because if you keep it bottled up and then all these things that you're feeling and you're just keeping it bottled in, like, one day you're just gonna explode, and then you're just gonna just keep bringing up the things in the past,
and then you never felt like,
and
I feel like you resent your partner.
You never feel like it was settled, and you never feel like you're, like, whole, like, so you just need to address that issue right then, settle it there then and there, and then just.
And I mean, if it doesn't, then you guys just have to keep continuing to talk about it. But I don't think anyone should act like they forget about whatever they fought about, because in the end,
you're just gonna.
Actually, something might come out even worse.
Yeah, because you're gonna keep it in you, and you're gonna act different. I noticed that if you're jealous or if you're angry about something, you don't act normally. You're gonna be passive aggressive. You'll, like, be angry in some other ways, and then your partner's like, what? Like, what's going on? But that's because there's something you're keeping from them. But you should just communicate with them. Communication is huge. Just, like, express everything you need to say at once, all at then, and just settle it, so that in the future you can just be happy.
I think that's, like, easier said than done.
It's definitely not. It's not.
But I think because usually one person makes you feel like whatever you're feeling is dumb, or you're over exaggerating, or I don't know. Usually it's over exaggerating, I feel like. But I think if you're truthful from the beginning and just state how you feel, and this is how you feel, regardless on if they think it's dumb or not. I think being truthful from the beginning helps. A lot of people aren't. Babe! So the point is, because we've gotten to ask this question. Yes, we do fight, and no, we don't show it, because why should we show it?
Oh, okay, yeah, we do fight, and some people have witnessed our fights, and they can
usually our close friends.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't last pretty long. Definitely not for days.
And
and we don't put our business out in public, because there's just no reason to. Like, it's just
I see no point in doing it.
Yeah, not because we're hiding anything, but because that's your business, and we just don't feel like we need to post it out, because I don't know, that's someone you love, and then that might be what you want to say.
I think the more people know your business as far as what you guys argue about, it can be blown out of proportion.
This is just what we've been through and how we
handle it, basically.
We handle it. That's it. We're just sharing it.
Yeah.
And so far, it's worked for us. Everyone handles things differently.
It's honestly cliche, but I always believed in the quote, "Life is too short to be nothing but happy." I actually follow it. I don't know about everyone else, but I do.
Yeah. So all that time
There's never really a time where I stay like really mad at anyone.
All that time spent being mad, like you just think like she said, is it worth it?
Regardless
Yeah.
if that's in a relationship, at work, or if you're in traffic. Or...
We apologize that there are no twins in this video, but they are definitely going to be in the next
Hey, we
one.
promise the next one.
They've been dying to record a video for you guys,
Yes.
and so we'll have that in the next one.
All right. Cool.
All right, you guys, stay safe and stay safe.
Okay.